Being fat will ruin your life, and you need to break the cycle immediately. So, besides very common and obvious, problems it'll cause, like the fact that you smell, you take up more space. People generally are disgusted by people who are overweight. It goes a lot deeper than that. And you cannot really be happy if you are fat, and you cannot reach your maximum potential in life if you are fat. So we'll start with the mental health aspects of this. So your mental health is obviously going to be in the gutter when you are fat or overweight. You have a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and stress. Your body image issues will, follow you literally everywhere. Every time you look in the mirror, every time you go buy new clothes, every time you're out in public, you will have body image issues. You will not feel good about yourself. You'll start to feel stuck. You'll feel like you cannot get anywhere. So I had a very, very fat roommate for 2 years, and he was around probably like 40% body fat, 50%. Gosh, I have no idea. Dude was huge. He was about 300 pounds, and the guy was eating himself to death. Thankfully, I got away from this moron, but he was not very smart, zero care for his physical or mental health whatsoever. And his mental health was for sure in the gutter, and he was bringing me down with him. And I would love to use him as an example because I've witnessed firsthand how being fat can drastically destroy your life fast and keep you in a vicious cycle. Because that's what being fat is. You're just in a vicious cycle of feeling sorry for yourself, being mentally and physically unwell, and you just don't know how to control yourself or stop it. So besides the mental health aspects, there are physical health aspects as well, which are obvious. When you are fat as shit, you obviously have higher risk of developing diabetes, heart disease, cancers. You're taking years off your life when you're fat. So just objectively, it is not healthy. There is no healthy high body fat percentage. That is just not true. Body positivity is bullshit. If you're fat, you are unhealthy and you are dying. You just are. High blood pressure, sleeping problems, low libido, high estrogen, low confidence. All these things will follow you every single day when you are fat. Your joint damage, fatty liver disease. I mean, the list goes on. I could go on all day about the problems caused when you are fat. So you will have low energy and poor sleep and low libido. So fatigue will be chronic. You'll constantly want to sit down. You'll constantly want to sleep, but your sleep will be shit. See, that's the problem with being fat. It's just a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle. You'll have a worse sex life. Your libido will be plummeted. It'll be terrible. My roommate, who was 300 pounds, had to take libido gummies from Ollie, the Ollie brand. And he was 21 years old when I was living with him. Probably 22 now. If you're 22 years old and you need to take gummies for your libido, you are fucking up. You are fucked up. Your test and your libido should be higher than they've ever been before and than they ever will be in the future. You should not be taking libido gummies at 22 years old. It is ridiculous. And that should be a wake-up call to anybody. If you're that young and you need libido gummies or any kind of supplement like that, you are fucking up. So waking up tired becomes normal. Bad sex life because of your low testosterone and low libido. You'll have a higher chance of erectile dysfunction. My roommate was struggling with erectile dysfunction. And sex will become rare or unenjoyable because you are fat. To enjoy, freaky time in the bedroom, you have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good. You have to feel confident in your skin. And when you're not, you will be turned off. You will not have a good time. It'll be hard to please your partner and please yourself. It'll cause relationship problems. So, being fat is more than just smelling bad and carrying around 3 people at once at all times. It goes much deeper than this. It stunts your life in many ways. So your financial opportunities will be stunted. I remember my roommate, because he was so fat and so high estrogen and low libido and low test, he never wanted to go to work. He called off work at least 2-3 times a week, and he only worked 3 days a week. So it just goes to show you will have no energy, no drive, no passion to do anything to better yourself, to work. It is a vicious cycle you will be stuck in if you are fat. So another thing is accelerated aging. So sure, accelerated aging is one way to put it, but you're not aging any faster. You're just dying sooner because you are so fat. You will die sooner. You're taking at least 20 to 30 years off your life if you are 300 pounds. If you are 250 pounds, 200 pounds of fat, you are taking years off of your life. And the worst part, again, it's a cycle. It feeds itself. It'll be fatigue, depression, and it'll be hard to do things and move around because you're fat. And you cope by eating more bullshit, by laying around to feel better, by feeding yourself dopamine. In the moment, it helps you deal with all of that, but it's only making everything worse, and you are only going to get fatter and fatter and more unhealthy. So the good news is you can reverse this. You do not have to be fat. You can stop right now. Simple things you can do are dieting. You can completely change your diet. My roommate had nothing but processed bullshit. Processed garbage, that's all he ever ate. Terrible foods with a freaking essay of ingredients on the back. All he would eat was freaking donuts and cereal and chocolate milk. It's terrible. And he would blame other people that he was fat. He would blame his parents that he ended up like this and that he got fat, when we literally lived together away from his parents, alone, completely by ourselves. And he had total control over his diet, total control over his spending, but he still blamed other people for being fat. And that's another problem. When you're low energy, low test, low libido, you just blame other people. You have no accountability. It's easy to just sit back and blame others when you're in the dumps and when you're sad and when you're low test. And that's the problem. So when you reverse this, if you're overweight, you can exercise, move more, eat less. It is literally that simple. Calories in, calories out when you're a fat ass. It is that simple. And when you do, you will have improved mood, improved sleep, improved energy. You will actually want to work. You will not call off from your 3 shifts of the week. You'll want to show up. You'll want to be there. You will have high energy. You will have better sleep. It is very, very simple. To not be fat, just put the fork down. Because you are not fat because of genetics. You are fat because you stuff your face and you sit around all day. That is quite literally the only way it is possible to gain weight, is to stuff your face. And take it from me, I am very skinny, and I've had to force feed myself to gain the smallest amount of muscle. So honestly, there is just no excuse for being fat. You are too gluttonous and you need to stop or you will die. You are killing yourself. And is it worth it to taste junk food? Is it worth it to die 30 years sooner to taste food that's terrible for you? Is it worth it to feel like shit your entire life? To eat bullshit? It is just a constant cycle, and you will stay in it if you cannot wake up one day and put the fork down. It is that simple. You will add 20 to 30 years to your life if you put the fork down. Relationships will be easier. People will respect you more. If you are soft on the outside, you are 100% soft on the inside. You are undisciplined, unmotivated, and unwilling to change, unwilling to move forward and grow. And that's the problem. You will forever be stuck getting fatter, getting nowhere in life, being broke, being miserable, blaming others. Being fat is more than just smelling bad and taking up space. It is a horrible lifestyle that will stunt you and ruin you. Your life will be miserable if you even have much of one, because you'll be dead in the next 20 years. So I encourage you to stop being fat, to change your lifestyle, change your diet, change your habits. And if you need help with that, you can message me or comment down below, and I can tell you exactly what to do to stop being a fat ass, to be high energy, to change your life, and to start changing yourself for the better.